After a wild topsy-turvy finish to the last match, Danielle McEwen from the United States over Birgit Poplar from Germany, 245-233. Now Bernice Lim, the 2 seed from Singapore, is next for Danielle. Match number 3. Sandra Anderson, our top seed from Sweden, awaits the winner.
Yeah, Bernice is starting off the match, so she will be the last to finish.
Crosses over. Little break, good start.
Yeah, could be TV nerves, you just never know. Obviously inside of whatever her target was, but catches the non-pocket side for the strike, let's say that.
Well said. Strike fest early in that match over Poplar. And then the scramble through the open frames. That's quite a finish and a good start to this match for Danielle McEwen. Perfect into the 1-3 pocket.
In all my years of Team USA competition, Danielle, 24 years old, young, vibrant, she's one of the best at repeating shots. It's remarkable to watch. I'm glad she's on my team. Pleasure to talk about her right now here at the 2016 USBC Queens.
Looking good in the left lane, and that means a lot coming from you.
You know, it's wonderful to recognize such young talent. And like I said, seeing our junior gold program, where she came from, William Patterson, the school she went to, Fairleigh Dickinson, excuse me, she's just a product of her environment. She's a hard worker. Can't say enough good things about her. Same as Bernice, coming from the Singapore program. Great credentials underneath her belt.
Misses the pocket this time, though.
Yeah, second shot in the right lane. Looks like it came up a little bit light. Maybe not dialed in. The girls coming on the practice pair, or the TV pair, I should say, get 4 balls on each lane. Should be enough to get lined up to the pocket. But she leaves the 2-5. She's going to go to hard plastic ball, go fairly straight to attack it, and make the spare.
Uh-oh. Boys, the chop does take care of the 2-5 for the mark.
That's why it's a plastic ball. It goes fairly long and straight. From behind here, so you're looking at the timing, the swing. Ball drops directly underneath the shoulder. Great swing, playing from the top of the shoulder down through the slot. She's so good from the bottom, top of her shoulder through the swing. Just gets a little bit right on the right lane, maybe not lined up with the correct angle. But wow, physically sound. Timing plus swing equals release.
Finds the pocket this time. Late hit on the 7-pin. Third time in the Queens for Bernice Lim. 33rd in 2013. Also competed in 2009. As the former star at FDU, Danielle McEwen steps back up. To a great start. Has the first 3 in her second match. And Gottlieb has an opinion on everything happening from around the sports world. Not afraid to let you know how he feels at a Gottlieb show. Weekdays at 3 Eastern only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. This looks familiar. A hot start with lots of strikes.
Yeah, it closed out the match solid with the 3 shots in the 10th frame. Still sticking with the 2 different bowling balls in each lane. Left lane is definitely hooking more. The back portion of it. Uh-oh. Yeah, she knew that one off her hand.
Right through the nose and high.
Might have just been a little bit a pinch quick. Her physical strength was to push the ball early and stay smooth. So she pushes the ball down, comes through the shot, Watch as she shoulders over-rotate a little bit at the top when she releases it, and the ball is just immediately inside. Her natural tendency is to miss left because of a choppy push.
And chops the 3, leaves the 6-10, an open frame after the great start.
Takes away the 3 by itself. Now Bernice is using the same ball in both lanes. Right lane is tighter and comparable to the left lane. See if she makes a slight adjustment here in comparison to the last shot she threw over here on the right lane. All of the Singapore girls that compete this week made it to the round of 64.
How about that?
That's wonderful. Again, just under 50% of the field in the top 64 were all international players.
Almost 7-10, just a 7. That's a lot better for Bernice Lim.
Yeah, Bernice is a little bit softer speed than Danielle. When the ball comes down the lane, it's losing a little bit of energy. Notice it deflects towards the 3 and the 6 pin. Doesn't have enough energy to continue. 7 and 10 pin are last to stand. 10 pin gets tripped out by the 6 in the gutter. It's definitely because the ball has lost too much energy going down the lane. Doesn't have enough force behind it. And sadly, I've left a few myself, but the result is she trips out the 10, leaves the 7.
7 pin takes care of it, trying to become the 6th international player to win the Queens. As we see her road to this championship.
Jen Higgins, Sahar, Brenda Padilla, 748 to 632. Diana Zavalovo, you'll see her name alike, former Queens champion. Jameson Lee. Then she loses to Sandra Anderson to be in the position she is right now, 712 to 646.
Diana won in 2013 in North Ogden, Utah. Fifth frame works on a spare. Finds the range. All 10 down. With a good hit in the 1-3 pocket. Maria Jose Rodriguez in 2014. Unfortunately, Kelly.
Yeah, I
knocked
remember
you
a
off
few
in the final. But it was still a great run for you that year. Runner-up. So many international players, as we talked about throughout our broadcast, have had success in this event.
Carol Giannotti came back after knee surgery. She looks pretty strong, past Queens champion.
That's high. For a moment looked like the big 4 and just a 4-7.
Okay, I don't want to jinx her. I just said she's great at repeating. And she is. She's slightly inside a target. Again, look down the lane. Those brown indicators are 34 to 37 feet, 40 to 43. She's just slightly inside of it. There at the break point down here where she's past other times, she's on the outside of it around board 8 or 9. The ball trips up a little bit high, 4-7.
There's the mark for Danielle.
Rubik's Cube, Bernice. Okay, now this was a question I asked for her. Some of the girls use this as a distraction. It just takes their mind away from what they're doing on the lanes. Kind of a little bit of distraction, kind of keep their focus into play. Gets her excited. And she completes it every single time. It's amazing.
My goodness.
I've had
it would
one,
take me hours.
I've had one since the age of 4. I still have yet to complete it.
That has transcended time. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Almost double wood there. Avoids that 2-pin. All right, here she goes. Still working on that Rubik's Cube.
And I think the world record is like under 10 seconds.
Have you ever done anything like that?
No, I've seen all the Singapore girls travel internationally with a Rubik's Cube. Some of them have Google because there is a cheater method to do it. But
I saw them with their phones yesterday working on the cubes.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I think, you know, what a distraction. It's great focus, mentality. Shows you how everybody has different methods.
There's the mark. We'll find out if Bernice finishes the Rubik's Cube. She put it down for now. The distraction she wanted. Halfway home. Great match for the Queens in Las Vegas. Exciting match number 3 for the Queens here in Vegas. Bernice Lim of Singapore will step up in the 6th with a chance to take the lead. Let's go to Carolyn, joined by Birgit Poplar.
Birgit, you bowled phenomenal from start to finish in this tournament, and that includes on TV. Although you did run into some trouble in the 9th and 10th frame. Can you tell us what happened?
I have a really bad tension in my leg, and I guess that break just was a little bit too long for me. Maybe I should have warmed up more, but everything I tried during the last couple of days didn't really work to make it any better, so it shouldn't be an excuse, but I just couldn't make the good shots that I needed.
Okay, well, it's still a great week. Look forward to seeing you at the next tournament. Back to you, Dave.
CDB, thanks so much. Birgit performing so well, admirably, with the injured right leg we told you about. And late in the match, a little too much for her.
Yeah, and she did it early during the competition, too, only in block number 2, so she had a long way to go to endure that pain and to continue with that injury. But Bernice stepping up here in the 6th frame, comes back from the break. Right lane hasn't been her choice, so see if she can nail it down.
For the lead. Yes! 5 goes down last. It's a strike and an 8-pin advantage for Bernice Lim.
Yeah, at the break, Jim Callahan, Storm Tour rep, told her to get around the ball a little bit more. She looks like she's got a little bit more access rotation, same part of the lane, breakpoint area, same as Danielle's. You notice the ball drove through the pins that time and didn't deflect. Way to come back. 4 of 6 strikes on the left lane, 4 of 6. 2 for 2 for spares, Danielle with 1 open. So Singapore girls, just so you know, they train 5 days a week. 5 days a week on the lanes, Monday through Friday, 3 to 4 hours a day. And they also do physical and strength training 3 times a week. Very regimented program.
Ball 10 down again, plus the Rubik's Cube is part of their training, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
The Junior Gold Championships will take place July 16th through the 23rd in Indianapolis, Indiana. This elite event features the top youth bowlers in the country competing for $250,000 in scholarships in 6 age-based divisions and a chance to bowl on Junior Team USA. Visit bowl.com/Junior Gold for more information. Seventh frame, works on a spare, finds the pocket. The 10 goes down last to keep things very interesting here in the last half of the match.
Yeah, she basically just kept making ball changes to stay in the same part of the lane. She hasn't moved too much on that right lane. Again, the left one is the lane that's giving most of the girls trouble throughout this stepladder performance. You know, she wasn't sure what she was going to do out of college. She wanted to bowl. She traveled around the world. Now the ladies tour came back, and how wonderful it is for the youthful ladies on the show. Average age is what, 24, 25? For them to have this tour to compete, and it's only the beginning.
Big strike, back-to-back jacks, 7th and 8th frames. McEwen stays neck and neck with Bernice Lim. Turkey opportunity here in the 8th frame for Bernice. Expand the lead to 18 pins.
Now she's been somewhat decent. She found the right lane. She has to finish on this lane. She's going to finish up the 10th frame on this lane. So she's been spare, strike. See if she can back it up. Get a pair of triple strikes. 3 in a row for the Turkey.
Eighth frame.
It's got to get there.
It does. 18-pin lead. First event. The WBA Tour is also the first major, kicking off year 2 after the return of the tour in 2015. Green Bay, suburban Chicago, and suburban Richmond, Virginia also sites for majors this year. We'll have them for you on CBS Sports Network in June, August, and September. Can't wait to bring you those great events.
Yeah, last year we just had a few shows. This year, every event televised. You're going to see women's bowling a lot this year on TV. CBS Sports Network, tune in. You'll see girls like Bernice, Danielle, and many others.
And we'll see you too.
Indeed. Still inside.
Coming high. Foundation frame and the 6'10" standing for Bernice.
Yeah, she tried to get her hand around the ball in the right lane because the right lane's definitely tighter, but on the left lane here, she tried to wrap it around a little bit more, way inside. 17 the arrows. Look down here. I mean, she's really far inside at that indicator mark there. Ball doesn't have a chance to get to the right. The head pin goes high. She's fortunate. She just leaves the 6'10", going to the hard plastic ball to make the spare.
covers the 6-10. 4-bagger streak ends. And things are still neck and neck. Sandra Andersson, top seed from Sweden, has been waiting, watching. And she told Carol to listen to some music on her iPhone. Some FaceTime back to family and friends in Sweden.
Some great information.
It's like 3:20 a.m. there.
On Sandra coming up too.
All 10 down. Great shot from McEwen.
Told you she's great at repeating shots, and her strike song is Cruise, Florida Georgia Line. She's cruising right now. Watch here again. She's so good at repeating. Same area at the arrow zone. Hits at 40 feet right over it. Ball rolls heavy through the pins. Almost splits the 8-9 directly. She's definitely cued in on that right lane. Back to Rubik's Cube. She solved it.
She's got it.
One telecast, she solved it. Since the age of 4, I still haven't done it.
I haven't done it either.
Down by 6 going in the 10th frame. Needs 2 strikes and 7 pins to shut up her niece.
Max at 242. Lim max at 238. Big shot. Hurries and leaves the 2-pin.
Yeah, in previous matches we've seen that trip forward or roll around. That left lane's getting a little tricky. She has to move deep inside. Now, here's the thing. Talking to lane guru Eric Pearson this week for the Kegel guys. Ball deflects, almost leaves the bucket, just leaves the 2-pin. She thought it was a good shot off her hand, and I concur with her. But as the lanes opened up, you had to get the ball to the right faster to slow down in the middle portion of the lane and create that shape into the pins. Whether you were a straight player or a hook player, that was the key all week long.
So on the bench, Bernice Lim watches McEwen a chance to shut her out. That has not happened. So Bernice is going to step up with a chance to win it. There's nothing like it. Bowler with a chance, stepping up in the 10th frame. Everything on the line.
You watch her eyes and her head. Her head never moves. She's so focused.
Crossing over, Brooklyn strike. Wow.
Yeah, slight compensation. I'm usually, typically with any athlete, any bowler, men, female, boy, girl, doesn't matter. When you miss right, the tendency is to grab it and miss inward. She's deeper inside there, doesn't get the ball trajected enough to the right, carries the Brooklyn strike. But again, as the lane transition breaks down, the characteristics of this pattern, because of the multiple angles, is you had to open up and get steeper through the front, get it to the right faster. So the terminology the guys use on tours, it bleeds out, it slows down and shapes into the pins.
Just 14 pins. That's all Bernice needs to win it. She'd like to get 10 here, and she does.
Singapore will advance to the finals, so it's Europe against Singapore, against Asia. 25 years old. 4 pins. I think she can do it in 2 shots.
Shouldn't be a problem. Keep it on the lane.
Stay behind the line.
You will advance. It's fun to get to meet and speak with Bernice last night. Very charismatic, well-spoken. And boy, does she love bowling.
Yeah, the Singapore team, like I said, their training, their mentality, working with the coaches. She flew over here just for this event. Her schedule is so demanding, she has to go home after this.
Oh. Needed 4, gets 10, and gets the win. Bernice Lim has advanced to the championship match to take on Sandra Andersson of Sweden, the top seed.
But don't be surprised if we see Danielle with more to come in the upcoming season. She is so talented. Big hello to her family back in Stony Point, New York. Mom Susan, family back home, the center. Be very proud of your daughter.
When we spoke to her last night, she was on her iPhone working on flights to try to get Susan out here. Last second, it's tough.
It is. They just celebrated their anniversary back home.
Right.
I think it's 15 years, and it's great.
Bernice Lim has clinched the match over Danielle McEwen. She did not make match play a year ago, so Danielle, a really good Queens event in 2016. Coming up, Andersson Lim for the championship. Great to be back in Las Vegas, one of the bowling capitals of the country. Queens this year beginning the 2016 PWBA season. And Bernice Lim, 2 seed from Singapore, advances to the championship match. Nothing Danielle McEwen could do, striking out Lim. Wrap it up. She'll take on the #1 seed, Sandra Anderson from Sweden, who's had a great run.
Yes, she has. It's amazing where she qualified, averaged 241 in the last 3 matches, earned the top seed. Sweden, she's representing, youngest national champion in 2009 at the age of 17.
Get some advice from Tour Rep and Hall of Famer Del Ballard Jr. And when we return to Las Vegas, we're ready for the championship match. $20,000, the tiara, a place in women's bowling history, all on the line. Don't miss it.